Imagine being a part of a wildly successful girl group, having solo albums of your own, starring in various film and television shows, and the main questions that people bring up relate to your friend and former groupmate, Beyonce. That must be exhausting. Kelly Rowland has long been known as an it girl from the late 1990s up until the present day. From her powerful vocals, catchy solo singles, and her trend-setting fashion looks, Miss Rowland has remained a staple in the music and entertainment industry. So why is it so hard for the media to focus on her current ventures and solo career when it comes to doing interviews? Let's talk about the recent situations involving Kelly Rowland and why people should acknowledge her solo career instead of forcing her to live in Beyonce's shadow. But first, welcome to the channel. Hey, hi, Wazam, I'm C and I do rap and pop culture commentary. If you're into that, subscribe and hit the like button. If you've been paying attention to celebrity news lately, you'll see that Kelly Rowland is the talk of the town, as she's currently promoting her new Netflix film, Mea Culpa, which is a legal thriller about a criminal defense attorney that must choose between family, duty, and her own dangerous desires when she takes on the case of an artist accused of murder. Kelly stars alongside our man, Trevante Rhodes, who seems to be her love interest in the film. And while it's a Tyler Perry original, I am interested in watching it. But let me borrow your Netflix password, friend, because that ish is getting too high. Just playing. Kelly and Trevante have been on a press tour for the film, which drops this Friday, February 23rd. Now, Kelly and her stylist have been eating these press looks up, okay? But it looks like she's eating up these media platforms as well, and not in a good way. Last week, Kelly was slated to be a guest host on the 4th hour of the Today Show. She originally appeared earlier on the show as a guest, talking about the new film and Beyonce, because interviewers can't help but to ask Kelly about B. Unfortunately, it was reported that she walked off of the set and chose not to participate due to a dispute over her dressing room where she was unhappy with the presentation. Rita Ora wound up filling in on the last minute, and she seemed pretty excited, even hinting at wanting to come back to the show in her Instagram caption. But I couldn't help but to think how I really wish Kelly would have done it. And no, I do not mean in a deal with the conditions set before you kind of way, but like a damn, I wish things would have flowed well kind of way. Now, apparently the dressing rooms at 30 Rockefeller Plaza, where Today and many other shows are filmed, are notoriously small due to the building's location in Midtown Manhattan and the fact that it's a really old building. It was built in 1933. Today's show host Hoda Kotb addressed the drama on Tuesday's show in a rather classy way, saying, "I just want to say this, I have a great love and admiration for Kelly Rowland. I adore her, and I want her to come back on the show, of course. She can share my dressing room. We will be in it together." Kelly decided not to address the drama, but she did take fans inside of her dressing room for the premiere of Mea Culpa. And while fans showed love, others tried to come for her, saying she should be pleased with what was given to her at the Today Show. After stopping by Sherri Shepherd's talk show Sherri, which films at the Chelsea Studios in New York City, the show made a point to post an Instagram video of Kelly in her dressing room at the show. And when a fan commented, "I guess her dressing room was acceptable," under the post, Sherri commented on her personal page saying, "Of course we gave her a gorgeous room. I mean, after all, it's Kelly Rowland." During the interview, Kelly praised Sherri for being a safe space in the industry. Now, the thing is, many people thought that Kelly walked off of the Today Show because of questions about Beyonce and Beyonce's upcoming country music. While that wasn't the case for the Today Show, it was for Kelly and Trevante's Mea Culpa press tour stop at V103 Atlanta, which is a commercial radio station in the ATL that discusses urban music, news, and more. While visiting the Big Tigger morning show with Jazzy McBee, things got weird when the show's host asked about Beyonce's music. And what really gets me is that Big Tigger asked the question, someone who has seen Kelly over the course of her career, from DC3 to solo Kelly. Now, I'm not crucifying him over the question, because it really feels like he asked it for his co-host. I just feel like everyone should have known better. But anyways, Big Tigger asked Kelly, your sis just dropped a whole new couple of songs, and it's my understanding that Renaissance 2 may or may not be country based, and then there's a rumor going around that Renaissance 3 may be either rock based or a DC reunion. And then Kelly replied with a wink saying that is her business to talk about, not mine. I'm here talking about Mea Culpa, out February 23rd, and that's what I'm most excited about right now. I think that's that. Now, aside from this being a hilarious moment, I'm glad that Kelly responded the way that she did. And as the ATL great King Harris would say, she stood on business. While many see this as a simple question that could have prompted a quick answer, this is not an Act 2 or Renaissance press tour. We're not here to chat about B's new music, country music, or Destiny's cheerings. I'm Kelly Rowland, and I'm here with Travante to talk about our new film, Mea Culpa. Like, what's not clicking? Even in the interview towards the end, Kelly speaks about how this radio station inspired her as a kid to be an artist, and it's a huge part of her musical upbringing. Any knowledgeable interviewer could have done a little research or even asked about her ties to Atlanta, to music, if they wanted to venture to that in the interview. And that's why we need to have a discussion about the importance of letting an artist like Kelly Rowland step into her own light. I'll keep it real and say I know that it's probably difficult to speak to Kelly or interview her and not immediately want to ask a question about Beyonce. They're more than former bandmates, they're BFFs and sisters. But it has to be exhausting to always be asked about her. Beyonce's Essence magazine cover, coming in March, and her interview recently dropped. And you know what she was not asked about? Destiny's Child. Because media-wise, everyone has moved past that in her career. There are so many things she has done since then. And while many may not see Kelly on that same level celebrity-wise, she isn't just B's sidekick to the point where every single interview has to add a question about Destiny's Child reunion or Beyonce. And let's keep it real. Do you think we're getting a reunion when Kelly over here doing movies and Beyonce is switching musical genres, dropping a new album, and establishing a hair care brand? BABYYY, so for real. The Today Show mishap can be looked at various different ways, with one being trying to make Kelly settle for less, and we can keep it a buck. If the roles were reversed and this was Beyonce, y'all already know the red carpet would be rolled out. But Kelly's legacy as a solo artist also comes into play. See, there are two types of Kelly Rowland fans or admirers. One is the DC3 fan that knows and enjoys Kelly because of her contribution to the group and her relation to Beyonce. The other kind knows Kelly from Destiny's Child, but enjoys her contributions to both solo and group careers. And many fall into the first category. If we ain't talking about B, Survivor, or Bootylicious, we ain't talking Kelly Rowland for many. And I think that's what needs to end. Rest assured though, Kelly ain't playing with y'all at this point in her career. And it's about time. But what do you think? Should Kelly have taken the tiny dressing room at the Today Show? Do you think people need to stop haggling her about Beyonce? And are you watching Mea Culpa? Let me know in the comments.